Annie awoke in a cold sweat, the memory of her childhood pet, a small, scruffy terrier named Max, lingering in her mind like the tendrils of fog that now surrounded her. The dream was vivid, almost real, Max's eyes filled with a haunting sadness and disappointment that tugged at the frayed edges of her conscience. It was the letter, too, that drew her to Silent Hill, a crumpled piece of paper with no return address, only the words, "Come find me," scrawled in a familiar, childlike hand. The town lay before her, cloaked in its perpetual shroud, the air heavy with an unsettling silence that pressed against her skin like a curse. As she wandered the fog-laden streets, reality twisted and warped, each step taking her deeper into the heart of her own buried guilt. The school stood empty, its corridors echoing with phantom laughter and the shuffle of unseen feet. In the distance, the whistle of a broken swing set was a mournful dirge, and Annie could almost hear the bark of a lonely dog. Her mind flickered back to the day she left Max behind, a decision made in haste and regret, and the fog seemed to thicken with the weight of her remorse. Through the gloom, grotesque shapes slithered and skittered, twisted parodies of animals she had once loved and neglected. The hospital loomed like a monolithic specter, its windows dark and eyes staring into her soul. Inside, the walls pulsed with a life of their own, and each room seemed to house a new horror, a manifestation of her deepest fears. The creatures here were more persistent, their forms grotesque and pitiful, merging the features of beasts with the familiarity of her own guilt. In the operating theater, she saw Max, or something that had once resembled him, his eyes pleading for a forgiveness she wasn't sure she could give. The air smelled of antiseptic and decay, a fitting backdrop for the dissection of her own haunted memories. Annie's journey through Silent Hill was a descent into madness, a purgatorial realm where the line between reality and nightmare blurred until indistinct. As she reached the outskirts of the town, the fog lifted momentarily, revealing a path that stretched into the unknown. Was it a way out? Or merely another illusion, a trick of the mind? She hesitated, the weight of her choices heavy on her shoulders, the echoes of the past haunting her every step. With a final, uncertain glance back at the town that had become her own personal hell, Annie stepped forward, her fate as shrouded in mystery as the fog that swallowed her whole.